Okay, so this is the third or fourth time I've tried to record this video, but I want to get a clean cut. So here we go. I'm going to talk about the save system in HP3 because I've got a fair bit of it figured out, and I think a lot of this is stuff that people don't really know. So right now we have right here we have the 6 save game slots, 1 through 6. Each of these buttons to load these save games correspond to a different save file in your documents. So save game 1 corresponds to save 0. Save game 2 corresponds to save 100, and so on and so forth. And it goes up to save 500 on the load screen. You can of course keep making saves, but beyond that I have 600 through 900. Additionally, if you see, you have save 2 through save 22 here. These correspond to bookmarks. So Hogwarts Express is save 1, Carpet Retracted is save 2, Transfiguration is save 6. And by writing these saves and deleting them, we can do all of this. Now, when you click on one of these buttons, it loads these save files exactly as they are. So I took save file 101, which was Hogwarts Express for save game 2, and I renamed it save 6. So when I click on Transfiguration and click yes, it's going to load Hogwarts Express instead of Transfiguration. Just to sit for a second to show you. Yeah, there it is. So that's how the save files are numbered and what they do when you load them. How they're saved. So when you click on one of the save game slots, and it has to be this square, you can't just click on this for bookmarks. When you click on one of these squares for the save game, it remembers which slot you clicked on, and it stores that in memory. And then the next time that you touch save book or a loading zone, it'll save to the save that corresponds to that slot. So if I click on the first save slot, that's not what I wanted. I want this. I have to replace. So if I load the first slot, and then I go through a loading zone, that saves the game. This one doesn't save the game. This one does. It'll replace save 0 with save 0, because the last save file that I clicked on was saved game 1. However, if I click on save game 0, then open debug and load game 200, which is the third slot, which I have in the same spot, or roughly the same spot, and then I touch a save book. This is the closest one, I believe. So I loaded save 200 through the debug menu. I have not, but the last save game that I clicked on was save game 1. So now when I touch the save book, it saves to save 0 instead of save 300, or save 200. So if I click save game 3, it'll load save 200 back here. If I clicked save game 1, it loads save 0 up here. So that's how the saving system works. It's the last game slot that you clicked on. So what does this mean? Yeah, I can do it on the save. This means that you can use menu glitch to effectively duplicate save files. So I'm going to get myself a bit of a running start, give myself plenty of room to hit that save book. I'm going to hold up, perform menu glitch. Hit escape to make the game run in the background, then exit game, click new game, and click over slot. What slot did I load? I loaded slot 1. So I'm going to click slot 3 to try to load. I'll just show this. So escape, exit game, new game, slot 3. The last game save that I clicked on was slot 3. So if I hit load game slot 3, it'll put me over here. But I saved it while running save 0. So through this, you can effectively duplicate save files everywhere. I previously showed this using the message that appears after final exams, but it can be done completely anywhere. So that's how that works. I need to load save 3. Okay, copy save 0. Okay, now there's one oddity that I have found with these save games. And that is what happens if you try to load a save that doesn't exist. HP2, we have a way to do this. You know, it loads a null map. But here, we get a really interesting result. So, right now... Actually, I don't need to back up this. I'm going to exit the game and click Load Game. And once you click Load Game or New Game, you have all 6 of these icons. These will not go away, or they will not update until you go back to this main menu. So right here, I'm going to delete Save Game 100. So there's currently no save in Save Game 2 in that slot, but if I click it, it'll try to load it anyways. And what it will do is it will run the game that was last running. It'll, like, when you hit quit and go back to the main menu, it doesn't quit the game, it just puts it in the background. So I click, I'm back in the save that was loaded to save 0, I'm back into the game. If I load this save file, and I haven't tested it in many places. I so far only know that it works in the last area of the game, and in the first time you enter this area, going to the Hippogriff Paddock. These are the only times that I've found this. If you walk into a save book, after trying to load a non-existent save 100, all of the textures, well, a large number of the textures in the ground, and a couple in the walls, unload. And yeah, all this crazy stuff happens. I don't think anything really happens over here. But there's one very interesting thing that happens. I already got rid of that, okay. If I try to load that save file, it's actually corrupted. Or it's something strange is going on with it. So let me show you this, and load capture. Yeah, this is the error screen that comes up when that happens. I tried to load a save file that didn't exist and saved it, and then this happened. And I mentioned that this, so far, I've only seen this happen in this one spot. It potentially could occur in others. I haven't really looked. However, there is a way to actually do this in a regular save file, because there is one more oddity about the save files. So I'm going to load save game 0. Debug mode, load game 300. And this is at the end of the library segment. So when I walk forward and I touch that save book, or when Hermione touches that and it loads the next map, it'll save 10. But when it does that, come on Hermione, it deletes 100 and 101. It actually deletes 100 through 125. It'd probably do it 100 through 129. But for whatever reason, it deletes all those save files. And through this, we can delete a save file without having to use Windows Explorer, which would probably not be allowed in runs. So load game 300. So I'm going to walk forward, activate menu glitch, and then go to the load game screen so that it'll stop updating the loaded saves. Hermione hits the book. saves 100 and 101 delete on their own. And then I try to load the map. And unfortunately nothing interesting happens. In the example in Hogwarts Grounds, when you hit a save book, all of the textures unload. That doesn't happen here. It's, like, completely unremarkable. Nothing happens. Now, I haven't tested everything. There's a lot of save books that I could check. There's a lot of loading zones I could check. I haven't seen any oddities, but I haven't done much serious testing into it. So I don't know if this could ever produce anything useful, but, you know, it's the first new mechanic this game's had in quite a while. Yeah, maybe something interesting can happen from this. But I just kind of wanted to share this. I've been sitting on this information for a while and just haven't been able to get it into a good video format. Yeah.